it's no secret that Joshua did not want this fight. And he didn't want it for a reason, because Deontay Wilder is the most fiercest puncher in boxing history, in heavyweight division history. And I saw that tonight, I felt it. No wonder AJ didn't want no part of that right hand. He can't move like me, he'd have been nailed.
Tyson Fury says either him or Deontay Wilder is getting knocked out. They're getting knocked spark out in a rematch. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now Tyson Fury is back at it. He has a fight announced, Otto Wallin. So instead of talking about Otto Wallin, he's talking about Deontay Wilder, because he knows the public is interested in one of those two fights, and it ain't autocorrect. So Tyson Fury did an interview with the Daily Star, and he says either him or Wilder will get knocked down in the rematch. He broke the news. Wilder really broke the news, but Tyson Fury followed up recently. He was on an ESPN show, and he broke that date. It was kind of a targeted, speculated date before, but he says that's the actual date of February 22nd if they both get past their next challenges. Tyson Fury is fighting Otto Bot, and Wilder will be facing Luis Ortiz, which hasn't been announced yet because they're trying to work on some of the parameters. So that's the latest. Now, this is what he said to the Daily Star. Tyson Fury says, yes, the rematch is signed February 22nd in Las Vegas, Nevada. I broke it on TV. It's a done deal. If we both get through our next fights, then we're going to fight February 22nd in the rematch. The mistake I made last time, which I won't make again, was believe that it will be a fair playing field, because we know it isn't going to be. So I must knock him out. I don't believe I can get a points victory over here, because I clearly won the last fight. I outboxed him every round other than the two he knocked me down in. It's clearly not possible for me to get a points victory, so I have to change my style, which I'm happy with, because I've never been as strong, never punched as hard. I've never been as confident as I am today. I'm going to knock him out this time. I'm not going to tip-tap around boxing, because we know where that got us last time, and we don't believe it's going to be, and we don't believe so. So it's going to be, believe me, it's going to be him or me getting knocked out, Oh, man. I don't even know where to begin. Like, listen, the showmanship stuff is great, and Tyson Fury, it just sounds like he's talked about, he said he was going to knock Wilder out before the first fight. If you guys remember, see, I know boxing. I study and pay attention. And Tyson Fury, after the Francisco Pianeta fight or whatever, that Wilder was there for, and I think it was like Northern Ireland or somewhere, Belfast, somewhere like that. And Wilder got in the ring, and he said, I'm going to knock you spark out, and he's screaming. And he said that more than one time, like in various interviews, that he was going to knock Wilder out. And that didn't even come close to happening in the first time. If anything, Wilder looked a bit gassed and looked a bit tired, because he was trying to put so much energy into knocking out Tyson Fury that he wasn't letting his punches flow, so it wasn't as organic. And, to Tyson Fury's credit, Tyson Fury is very elusive, especially for his size. He moves well for a big man, and, his defense was pretty tight. But Tyson Fury's been on this parade about how he was robbed and all that. Listen, he's claiming he won 10 rounds to 2. I was at the fight. He didn't win 10 rounds to 2. 10 rounds to 2, that's a landslide domination. That's like, Mikey Garcia fighting Errol Spence. I gave Errol Spence every round, but I think in the second round or something, some people may have given Mikey Garcia a round. Mayweather versus Canelo, another example of landslide dominations. Mayweather versus Marquez. Now, when you look at that, these different fights that I'm referencing, Mayweather Marquez, Mayweather versus Canelo, Mayweather Guerrero, right? Floyd got a lot of the landslide victories. You look at Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia. These were shutouts. These were decision wins that were shutouts. Now, compare any of those fights that I just named actual shutout dominations where, unless you're CJ Ross and you somehow score for Canelo on some bullshit, name anybody who honestly, and not just some major hater who's never gonna call it fair, but anyone who thought Marquez beat Mayweather or a Canelo or Robert Guerrero, you're not going to find people like that who really, you could have the most hardcore diehard Mikey Garcia fan. I didn't see nobody say that Mikey Garcia had actually beaten Errol Spence. If in actuality, the Mikey Garcia hardcore man fans that I've seen did the opposite and made excuses. Oh man, he was too small. He was way too small, and Errol Spence is a weight bully. They start making bullshit excuses. The hardcore fans, not everybody, but a lot of the man fans. So they actually did the opposite. So that's actually a concession. You're basically admitting Errol Spence was too good and too big and too strong, and now you can't embrace the loss. You can't accept it. So as a result, you're like, man, Errol's a weight bully. He needs to fight Canelo. You've seen all the bullshit people came out with after. And Errol wasn't even the one that targeted Mikey. Mikey was the one, I see something. Hey, fuck, yeah, I see something. Like, this was Mikey. He was the one pursuing Errol Spence. But anyway, to my point, you look at those fights that I mentioned, Mayweather, Guerrero, Mayweather, Canelo, Mayweather, and who else did I say? Mayweather, Canelo, Mayweather, Guerrero. Those were shutout fights, period. There's no way you could have had the opposite guy winning those decision victories, because it's too much of a clear, Marquez, that's the other person. It's just too much of a certain thing, right? Now you look at Wilder versus Tyson Fury, and please tell me that is in the same breath, because this is what Tyson Fury is claiming. He's saying he won 10 rounds to 2 easy, and he's gonna knock him out, and he can't get a fair shake. This is just what Kovalev did. When things don't go your way, you have to make it look like it's this huge U.S. conspiracy. 1 minute Tyson Fury is doing interviews with TMZ saying he loves to fight in America, and he's the king of Las Vegas because he fought Tom Schwartz there. I don't know how that happened. How do you fight Tom Schwartz? They lie about the ticket sales, say they sold 9,000 tickets, and then the commission reports show it was 5,000 tickets, and then somehow you're the king of Las Vegas. And, I don't really understand that aspect of it, but he loves fighting in America and all this stuff, and he's the king of the West Coast of Las Vegas, whatever he's saying now. But he's making it like it was this huge conspiracy where the judges were so against him and he won easy 10 rounds to 2, and now he has to switch up his game plan. It's just, it's just like sales tactics. But beyond that, he's saying, I feel better, I feel stronger, I've never been punching this hard. Natural punchers, it's not something you just 30 years into your life realize, oh man, I got the strength. Unless maybe you never fought for 30 years and then you punch someone and knock them out and realize you have power. But if you've been a professional fighter since the amateurs, power is not something that you just produce, because you lost some weight or, whatever. So his confidence, I can understand confidence, that can change throughout the years. You can definitely grow in confidence, but pure punching power and the ability to have splendid, scintillating knockouts, that doesn't just come like overnight. I'm not saying Wilder's invincible where he can't be knocked out, but in the first fight, he was in there weighing 209 at the weigh-in the day before. He took everything Tyson Fury had to offer, and he never wilted. He never even looked seriously hurt like when he fought Luis Ortiz. Plus, he fought Luis Ortiz, Eric Molina, who are definitely bigger punchers for the heavyweight division. Those are known guys with punching power. Eric Molina had like a 82% knockout ratio at the time he fought Deontay Wilder. So seeing is believing. I'd have to see Tyson Fury knock out Wilder, because he hasn't really knocked out a lot of the better names he's fought. He didn't knock out Klitschko. He never dropped Klitschko. And he never really seriously hurt Wilder that I've seen live from the Staples Center. So I don't understand where this new strategy of knocking him out is going to come about. He knocked out Tom Schwartz, but you can't let that gas you up, because Tom Schwartz wasn't supposed to be in there anyway. Tom Schwartz, just like Otto Wallen, was inexperienced. Otto Wallen, in case you guys don't know, has only fought one 12-rounder won, and Tom Schwartz was pretty similar. And these guys haven't really fought in America. Tom Schwartz had never fought in America. Otto Wallin had fought in America once on a ShoBox card. So he's going from a ShoBox card to main event against one of the best heavyweights on ESPN. You know, that's a big, huge leap up. Now it's boxing, so technically you could say anything can happen, but conventional wisdom, you wouldn't really favor the Buster Douglas, the Otto Wallin. You know, you're not going to favor them over somebody who's been around longer at a higher level and stuff like that. However, I will say this: we don't really know if Tyson Fury is recovered, because he took a nasty spill in the Wilder fight, and Wilder's a tremendous puncher. Tom Schwartz didn't really do shit. So if Otto Wallin has any type of real power, we have yet to see how Tyson Fury will respond to blunt force trauma from a major puncher like a Cannon Briggs, you know, stuff like that. So there's that. Let me know what you guys think. Tyson Fury says he's gonna knock out Wilder. I just feel it's a bit of showmanship and really talk, because if you felt, he also said in another interview, he said Tom Schwartz, had I fought Wilder that night, then he would have got knocked out like Tom Schwartz. But if you feel froggish and leap, why did you fight Tom Schwartz when Wilder was trying to do an immediate rematch? Wilder wasn't trying to fight Dominic Breazeale. He was trying to fight you. They had negotiations, and you and Top Rank and Frank Warren and Bob Arum and ESPN all got in cahoots and got in the way of what the game plan was, which was an immediate rematch. And if you have the complexion for the protection, this seems to be more accepted. You know, if you look a certain way, it's accepted that you don't take the immediate rematch. Yet when you see black fighters and they're enthralled or involved in some kind of controversial close fight, it's almost a mandatory that you do what's right. Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, Mayweather versus Castillo, Mayweather versus Maidana. Mayweather fought Castillo the same year in the second fight. He got a rotator shoulder surgery and fought him the same year. He fought Maidana back to back, you know, within the same 12-month span. Same thing with Sugar Ray Leonard. He fought Duran like 8 months later, right? Same thing with Andre Ward. His very next fight was none other than Sergey Kovalev. Yet Lomachenko, he could lose to Salido and never has to rematch him, right? He could just forget about him, right? Canelo Lara, he could fight Lara, it's controversy, and then just move on with his career, right? Golovkin have a tough fight with Danny Jacobs. Now he's saying, I don't ever want to rematch Jacobs. I don't want to fight Charlo. I don't want to fight Andre. Tyson Fury, he could pull out of an immediate rematch when he's in deep negotiations and contracts have been sent. You know, it's just crazy to see the double standards that we see in boxing. But as far as this knockout stuff, we'll see. It's a good rematch. I'm looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think. If you're new, consider subscribing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.